Hey Gemini, what's up gang? I hope everybody is well. So we're going to go ahead and do a blessings reading. This was also voted for in the community tab, so I figured why not do this. So if that's something that interests you, do stick around. Gemini, if you are new to this channel, welcome. My name is Jessica. Please take a look at my description box. That's going to have all the information that you would need to know. And yes, this is a Gemini channel. However, if you vibe, you tribe, so go ahead and make yourself comfortable. Gemini, if you're returning, welcome back. I hope that you're well. Hope you're taking care of yourself. I do hope that you're doing what's best for you, boo. Thank you for all the love, all the support. Gemini, thank you for all the good vibes. It really does mean the world, okay? All right, guys, let's go ahead and get into this. We're just going to do just cards. I'm not going to look into angel numbers. I'm not going to look into an animal message. We're just going to go straight into the cards, okay? We did have the sun for the intuitive message, and it came out twice because when I picked it up, it fell out of the deck. And then I put it back in and started to shuffle and it came out again. So clearly that is the message. I feel like Spirit wants you to know that some kind of situation is going to get better, or things in general are going to get brighter. There's like a healing energy that's coming through in your life, or a warmth that's coming through. So a blessing could be a fresh start, a brand new day, a turning of the page, right? I'm getting that kind of energy. Also some healing could come through, physical, spiritual, emotional, mental, whatever you're in need of, okay? It feels like there's healing. With this sun, I'm also getting abundance, a new beginning, like prosperity, just joy, optimism. You might be seeing things in a more joyful way, okay? Some of you guys, the sun could literally be coming out. If it's been pretty cold still, even though we're in spring, right? Well, where we are anyways. If it's been cold, it's been chilly, and you're just like, man, I would love to feel some summer vibes or some spring vibes. I feel like that's about to happen. You could have some really good days where it's just like the sun is perfect, nice and toasty, nice and roasty, okay? I just feel like the weather could be improving, and that could be a serious blessing, because some of you guys might want to get out. You might want to enjoy the nature, enjoy the weather, you know, and you might feel like you haven't been able to because, yeah, it's just still cold out there. So I feel like that's a blessing that is definitely coming through. Also, I don't know why I'm getting this, but I'm getting the energy of somebody finding a very natural way to heal something. So I don't know what that could be. Maybe it's like an actual physical ailment that you have, or maybe you cut yourself or something. But I feel like somebody's going to find a natural way to heal whatever's going on with them, okay? Some of you guys, a blessing could be that you have healing abilities, and you might find that out. You might find that out in a very like serendipitous way. But you might find out that you have like healing abilities, or that you can speak healing on people, or that you can touch people and they will heal. Yeah, there's something, maybe you can Mr. Miyagi somebody, you know, I don't know, but I'm getting that energy of like somebody's going to find out that they have healing abilities within them, that they are able to not just heal people's minds like by giving them a pep talk, but like physically heal somebody is what I'm getting. I'm also getting this energy of ancestors coming through with the sun. Some of you guys could be having a lot of ancestor visitations right now. It's like they're trying to prepare you for something, or they're trying to get you to pay attention to something or notice something. I'm also getting dreams of like, dreams that are giving you clarity, okay? Or dreams of forgiveness perhaps, or dreams of like closure. I don't know, like there could be very peaceful dreams coming through, where you're just like, oh, wow. And you wake up feeling like, okay, you know, I might as well have just talked to the person, because it feels like I just had like a whole like session with them, like speaking with them and talking things out. I don't know. There could be some kind of making up, and this doesn't have to just be in dreamland. This could be in, you know, in your waking state here. There could be like where like a closure, or a clearing of the air, or something here. Like I'm getting like a lot of healing in just different aspects of your life. So yeah, you can make up with somebody, Gemini, or you could, I don't know, there could be a closure, or there's clarity that comes through, you know? Sometimes clarity will bring that closure that we need. All right, let's see, guys. Let's get some blessings out here. We're going to use the tea leaves, of course, right? The most versatile deck we have. Okay, blessings, please. Blessings for Gemini gang. What blessings do we have? We have the ear. Good news. coming through, okay? Overhearing good news, word of mouth, a winning verdict. And then it says ear infection. So some of you guys, if you've been having some kind of ear issues, you know, maybe you've been having a lot of ringing in your ear, or maybe there's been pain, or maybe somebody has swimmer's ear or something. I do feel like you're going to resolve that issue, okay, for sure. Sorry guys, I'm back. I have bad allergies this morning, so I am pausing it when I need to sneeze. Anyways, I also can't help but notice here how this sun has like a swirl in it, and so does the ear inside. So yeah, there could be some good news or some communication that makes you really happy here. Okay, there could be really good word of mouth with your business or whatever you do too, Gemini. Like people could be hearing about you or hearing about your efforts and could be like really impressed is the energy I'm getting. We're going to see what that good news is talking about, but let's get some more cards out here. Good stuff. We have the dog. Nice. Some of you guys might be getting a dog, okay, or a pet. Maybe you're like, you know what, I'm ready. I'm ready for, you know, a pet, or I'm ready for companionship or something, okay? Some of you guys could be getting visited by a pet if this pet has passed on. Or maybe your pet lives with somebody else and you don't get to see it that often. I don't know, there's something about that. There's also something about an encounter with an animal that's going to be significant, guys. I don't know if this is like maybe a dog comes and like saves you, or I don't know, right? But there's something here with that. But the dog talks about spirit for me. It says protection from a powerful friend, highly protected. Someone sticks up for you when you're not around, and you miss any danger or drama, okay? And then of course it says spirit on it if I didn't say that. So yeah, I feel like you have a lot of spiritual protection, guys. Okay, I feel like there's an end of a negative situation or an end of negativity around you, or somebody that was like purposely trying to be negative energy or force in your life. They're not able to do that anymore. I feel like that's a blessing here. I also feel like, Gemini, somebody could be sticking up for you. I do feel like this is representing a physical person too, this dog energy. You know, I don't know, maybe somebody's been praying for you. Okay, or somebody has been wishing good things for you or something, and these things have been keeping you safe from any negative forces that would try to like mess with you. But it feels like there could have been somebody who was like around people who were talking crap or blaming something on you, maybe. You know, like you're not there to defend yourself, so oh, let's blame it on Gemini, right? And I feel like there's somebody who was like, no, that's not Gemini, that's whoever, right? So yeah, it feels like there's something here where somebody's going to stick up for you, or you're going to be protected, or a powerful person is like, again, I'm getting the energy that you don't even know about this, guys. Like a powerful person is like praying for you, or hoping that nothing but the good things for you. Okay, thinking nothing but the good things for you, Gemini. That's what I'm getting. And I feel like these prayers or these good thoughts are actually like casting a light to you and helping you. So that's really interesting. All right, let's get another one. Blessings for Gemini. What blessings are coming through? What can they expect here? We got a dark man coming out. We're putting this dark man right over here. Might pull a little card or two on him. But if you could be a dark man, okay, or a man in general, or there could be a dark man entering your life, Gemini. Let's see what else we have here. Blessings. Blessings for Gemini. What blessings are coming in? Yeah, some of you guys could meet somebody and this person turns out to be a very powerful ally. Like this is somebody who's going to have your back or support you or defend you. Okay, nice. What else do we have here? Or you could be being defended from this dark man. Blessings, please. Blessings for Gemini gang. What blessings do we have here coming in? There's too many for me. Just one would be nice. We have the tulip, great passion. It says an intense sexual release, okie dokie, and then opening up to feelings. Okay. All right, let's get the rest of these messages out here so I can go ahead and break this down. What else do we have here? Blessings for Gemini gang. What blessings are coming in? We have a dog far away. Lots of dog energy, guys. It says spirit guides, a long distance relationship, a distant friend is thinking of you, and an ex wanting to reach out. Well, you know, maybe Spirit's stopping an ex from reaching out. Like, not today, Satan, okay? There could be something like that going on here. But I feel like you have a lot of people who are thinking about you, Gemini, or a lot of people that want to wish you well or be in your life. Some of these people are near, some of these people are far, okay? Let's see what else we have here. We have an angel coming out. Signs, spirit guides, spiritual guidance, and protection from harm. Yes, light a candle, Gemini, is what it says, okay? Sorry, guys. I couldn't pause the video fast enough. I was like, oh, God, it's just happening, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and let's do this. So, first of all, I'm seeing a lot of support around you. I'm seeing a lot of people around you that want to maybe give you recognition, give you accolades, give you affection, Gemini, okay? You could suddenly be finding yourself around a group of supportive people, or there just are supportive forces in your life, whether you're aware of it or not. Because some of you guys, you could be at a distance from some people, and these people could be thinking good thoughts of you, praying for you, or wishing protection on you. I do feel like you have also spiritual support coming through with the angel energy and this dog, okay? I feel like Spirit has put extra support or extra protection around you right now for whatever reason. Possibly because you're trying to heal, or possibly because, you know, you just been through enough. I don't know. I feel like that's just a blessing that you're getting, is some kind of support here. And I do feel like there's also a passionate encounter that somebody is going to have with that tulip, okay? Somebody could be opening up their feelings to you, okay? There could definitely be, if you've been waiting for this, perhaps, maybe like you have a crush, you know, or maybe you've started dating somebody and you guys just haven't really expressed how much you care about each other. I feel like that's something that could be happening here. Somebody could be opening up and telling you, you know, I have a lot of feelings for you. I feel an intense, things here, right? A lot of passion or whatever. Some of y'all could definitely be, you know, bow chicka wow wow for sure, if that resonates and if that's something that you're doing. I know that that's not for everybody, okay? But for some of you guys, yeah, tulips, okay? You know what I'm saying, right? I feel like there's something here where that could be happening for somebody, and it is a blessing. It's gonna be good, okay? So congratulations. I also get this energy, though, that the good news that's coming in is going to make you feel really passionate, okay? There could be somebody you haven't talked to in a while that's going to reach out to you, and this doesn't feel like somebody that you'd be like, oh, God, I don't want to hear from this person. This feels like somebody that you'd be like, you know, wow, you know, how have you been? Or let's catch up, or something like that. There could be an old friend. Perhaps maybe you went to college with this person, or you went to school with them or something, or maybe they moved away and then they came back or something here. But I do feel like a reconnection, but it could be, there could be some romance here with this tulip, but it doesn't feel overly romantic, okay? It just feels like two people catching up, having a good conversation, talking about how they've been thinking really good things about each other, or they've been wondering how each other's doing. Maybe even you find out that somebody like stood up for you, like, you know, like this could be family coming back in town or something. Maybe like, I don't know, like a sibling or something. Or maybe you're reconnecting with somebody who's around family, and they could like tell you, oh yeah, you know, mom and dad were talking crap, but I told them this and that. It feels like something like that for somebody, okay? With the angel energy, I do feel like you're being led, you're being guided here. And I'm not sure if you're being guided towards somebody or just positive situations in general, but I am feeling that. Now, just on some side stuff, if you've planted any kind of flowers recently, those are going to do really well. Okay, so you don't have to worry about it necessarily. Just keep up. I feel like any kind of gardening efforts that you're putting in, or any kind of planting, like if you're putting plants in your house, or you want to bring more vibrancy, more life into your house or into your life, yeah, I feel like that's going to go really, really well, Gemini. All right, so we have a lot out here. Let's get to the tarot and kind of dissect some of this a little bit. But it definitely feels like there's messages or communication coming in that's making you really happy. We do have a lot of different people around you. Some kind of passionate event or passionate encounter. And we have protection coming in for sure, okay? And spiritual guidance. So let's get into this, guys, all right? Gemini gang, what is this this good news? What is this blessing, this good news that Gemini is going to hear? What good news is Gemini going to hear, Spirit? What is the good news that Gemini is going to hear? Well, we have the Ten of Cups coming out with the Chariot. Yeah, for some of you guys, you're going to hear that somebody's coming back in town, or that somebody maybe they were on leave for like work, or maybe they were in the military or something, or they were away for school or something like that. But somebody is coming in. I'm getting that very strongly. This person might be at a distance. Again, they might have to travel or something. Some of you guys might get good news about travel plans. Maybe you want to have like a family vacay or whatever, you know, maybe a solo vacay. But it does feel like there's going to be some kind of good news about travel. Okay? I also feel like somebody's feeling balanced enough to make a decision, Gemini. Maybe in regards to you, or maybe this is your energy here. But with the Chariot, it's like somebody wasn't sure which way, this way or that way. Which way they were going to go. I feel like they know now, okay? Strong Cancerian energy. And this is, of course, meaning that there's more clarity and now there's open communication. And this is making everybody really happy, okay? So you could get some really good news about your family or about a loving situation here. Just saw the Temperance. Yeah, somebody is feeling more balanced. And with that balance, the Chariot can move forward, as we know. So yeah, there's like forward movement in a situation because there's more emotional, spiritual, maybe even financial balance that's happening here. The Ten of Cups, like all tens in tarot, talks about a conclusion. You know, it talks about an ending of a cycle. And so the Ten of Cups representing a really positive ending to something, like a really, it feels again like closure, or it feels like just everything's working out. Everything's going to be okay, you know? Emotions are flowing back there with the little creek. We got everything we need. We have all this substance. We've been blessed by spirit. We got our ancestors here, really relaxed and happy how things have worked out. You know, we got kids that are really happy, or kids, if you don't have kids, kids could represent like new beginnings. You know, the future is bright, basically. So yeah. Okay, what is this good news about? Like, I mean, we see what it's about, but give us more information on this good news, Spirit. Okay, give us more information on this good news for this blessing for Gemini gang. Oh, what do we have here? We have the Eight of Swords and the Five of Wands. That's bird bitch energy. Yeah, somebody was like feeling really caught up in their thoughts or caught up in their head. Like somebody was like, they're having like a lot of fear-induced thoughts or a lot of anxiety or like self-limiting beliefs here where they weren't able to move forward. They weren't able to make a decision because of that. They could have even had some bird bitches in their ear squawking at them. You know, that could be what that protection is too. Like if there's somebody that shows up in your life, guys, okay, or somebody suddenly starts acting different, maybe somebody starts acting more just happier or more open and receptive to you. There could have been like maybe some bird bitches at work talking about you. And this person might have stood up for you and been like, look, you don't even know Gemini, so you need to relax. You know, you've heard what I've told you about the situation, and it takes two to tango. So, because somebody could have talked crap about you because they were upset, Gemini, and then, you know, they've done some reflection here because they were definitely having limiting thoughts, okay? So they've done some kind of reflection, and now it's like, well, you know, I kind of didn't represent Gemini in the most positive way. So that's my bad. Wow. That's a very freaking mature person. Okay, I'm sorry, like if that's the case, that is a hella mature person to be able to look at their friends or whoever they talked bad about somebody with and be like, no, that was me. I was the one that was going through stuff. I really shouldn't have said those things, or I really should have painted a more realistic or accurate picture of the situation. Like that is really a level of maturity that is honestly attractive, okay? Yeah, with the Five of Wands, I feel like there's been some combativeness, some chaos, some conflict perhaps within this situation or within this person, but it feels like things are getting better. That's the good news with the Ten of Cups. You know, like we're back on the same page, or we're back to being a happy family, or we're back to a peaceful work environment, right? Yeah, a sail away, right? With the Six of Swords, it's like we're moving into smoother waters here. We're following our intuition. We're packing up all of our thoughts and all of this. You know, we've gained the clarity that we need. Now we can move forward. Yeah, I like that. So it's like a really healthy conversation, guys, is kind of what I'm getting. Where it's like maybe, I don't know, the Knight of Pentacles is offering something here. And the Knight of Pentacles, if you notice in this deck, he's been dragging his feet. So this is somebody who, I wouldn't say they've been dragging their feet, like, oh, I don't want to give Gemini closure, I don't want to do, right? It's not it's not something like that. It just feels like it's more like this person was confused, or they had an imbalance, or they had a lot of dark negative thoughts. They just weren't sure. Sometimes people need time, you know? So yeah, that's really positive. Six of Swords can also be communication. Really, all the Swords cards can represent some form of communication depending on how you look at it. But this is like telepathic communication for me too. So some of you guys have been telepathically like speaking with somebody, whether you're aware of it or not. I feel like, again, there's been somebody who's been like praying for somebody or wishing really good thoughts for somebody. Yeah. Page of Cups. I'm not going to keep it because we don't want to have all of our cards be on this card. But yeah, Page of Cups. It's like somebody wants to, I'm hearing rewrite the story here. Okay? Maybe there was something really messy, or maybe there was just a lot of emotions here, okay? But the Page of Cups is like a declaration of affection. It can even be an apology here for some of you guys, or just making amends, getting off on a fresh start, a fresh page, if you will. But yeah, no, it feels like with the Page of Cups, like there's really good, nice, solid, happy, innocent communication coming in. Some of you guys might hear some good news about a child. If there's been some kind of surgery or something with the Eight of Swords and the Six of Swords, maybe you guys had to go to like a children's hospital or something. Or maybe this is somebody in your family and you're going to hear really good news about this kid. This kid's going to be just fine, okay? I feel like you weren't getting a lot of information. Maybe the doctors or the nurses were kind of holding back and not telling you until they were sure. Either way, communication that has been held back because somebody wasn't sure, or somebody was in like protective mode or something like that, you're going to get some really good communication. That's what I'm feeling here, okay? So let's go ahead and move on to the dog. So the dog says protection from a powerful friend. Someone sticks up for you when you're not around. You avoid any kind of like negative energy. And then Spirit, of course. What is this talking about for Gemini with their blessing? We have the King of Wands. Well, this could definitely be representing Spirit for sure, right? Like that, just that masculine energy. A protector, a provider, okay? This could also be representing a fire sign, a father, an uncle, a brother, a friend, a masculine energy in your life. Or this even could be you, Gemini. Maybe the blessing here is that you're stepping into a protective role for somebody. I feel like you've been protected against some kind of heartbreak or like unnecessary like slander. So if there's been somebody at your job that maybe has been like gossiping, like somebody might have shut that down. Like the water cooler chatter or whatever. Somebody could be like, hey, did you hear about Gemini's relationship? Did you hear about that? And the other person might have been like, hey, this isn't the time or place, you know? Or they could have looked around and been like, that's crazy because I don't see Gemini here, so we really shouldn't be talking about their relationship if they're not here. I don't know why I'm getting like a whole bunch of like mature ass people, but I am, okay? So maybe that's just what you're manifesting into your life right now, Gemini, is some mature adults, okay? Thank you. Hallelujah, right? I don't know. The King of Wands is somebody who doesn't play. Yeah, this could have definitely been like in a work situation here. Page of Cups on the bottom of the deck. I just feel like, Gemini, I feel like somebody's got your back. Okay? This could be an ancestor. This could be a guide. It could be an actual person. For real. Okay? You might be like off working, doing your thing. You're not present. And then there's people that are for some reason talking about you. Okay? And I feel like this person's like, not today, guys. Okay? Okay, or I'm getting somebody being like, all right, children, back on task, you know, because people are talking about you or something. So this could definitely be a boss that's sticking up for you. Maybe somebody came to your boss with something about you, Gemini. It was like, oh, did you know that Gemini, I don't know, I hope Gemini's okay. Gemini's been seeming a little like distant, or they've been seeming a little, you know, sad or unproductive or whatever, right? Like somebody like could have been very conniving, trying to kind kind of get your boss or something to look at you in a different way. And I feel like your boss was like, well, you know what? Newsflash, Gemini's human. Maybe they're going through something. Why don't you pray for them? Or why don't you wish them some good thoughts instead of sitting here trying, I don't care. Basically, get back to work, right? Get up, get the fuck out of my office. Like, there's something like that going on, guys. I don't know. Or this could be like in a family situation. Like, people could be sitting around, you know, doing something. I don't know why I'm getting people breaking down green beans, like fresh green beans. You know how you have to like look through them, right? Break off the tips, break them in half depending on how long you want them. I feel somebody's like processing green beans, and it's like a group of people. It's like a family situation before a dinner, and they're talking, and you for some reason are the topic here, Gemini. And I feel like there's somebody, doesn't have to be a man. This is just somebody who takes charge, takes control of the situation. So that's masculine energy. Whether they're a woman or whatever, it doesn't matter. But this person stands up and goes, okay, guys, for real, that's enough. Or no more. Or, you know, Gemini's been going through it. It just, you know, I don't know. There's something here about that. There is something here about that. I feel like Spirit's also protecting your crops, Gemini. Okay, whatever you're working on, whatever it is that you're trying to achieve here, yeah, Spirit's got your back. Okay, so whatever investment that you've been working on or putting energy into, like, Spirit's got your back, because you might be feeling like there's like some ups and downs right now, or there's some unforeseen circumstances, or that there could be. Some of you guys might feel like maybe things just haven't been going well with the Ten of Swords. Or maybe you feel like you were backstabbed, you were betrayed, you were left behind, or something like that, okay? But I feel like you've been protected. Nice. Okay, what is this tulips? This great passion for blessings for Gemini gang. This tulips. What is this? Okay, hold on. So we have the Three of Pentacles that flew out, and that's talking about a collab. It's talking about teamwork. It's talking about working together with other people for a common goal here, okay? It's talking about putting effort and prioritizing something as well with the Three of Pentacles. I also see an improvement in your skills here, okay? It's like we've been practicing, we've been working on it, and it hasn't been that great, but then look, we're making progress here. So some of you guys could be finding out that you're mastering something just because you're getting so much better at it, okay? But yeah, it does feel like there could be a passion project is what I'm getting here. Somebody could reach out to you, want to work with you, Gemini, want to collab with you, or maybe if you already, you know, work with people, there could be something here where it's like, hey, Gemini, we want you to head up this project, okay? Page of Cups is kind of stalking the reading today. You know, so this could definitely be somebody coming in with some kind of loving communication saying, you know, I want to work it out, or I want to work with you. I want to be on the same page with you. That's for somebody. For the majority of you guys, though, it does feel like there's something here where you're going to have the opportunity to work with people, you know, and there's going to be improvements made. Like at first we started off a little sloppy, then we got a little better, and then here we go. I also feel like, Gemini, you're going to get some kind of recognition or accolades because your work really is the best on the team. Y'all know how I feel about that card, right? They're all just like looking at their work, and you can tell which one is her because she looks very passionate, very, you know, just a lot of confidence exuding from her. She's looking right at that gold one, and she just looks just horrified at her work. And he don't look like he even cares. So, yeah, there could be something here where you're like, you know, you're moving beyond your peers in some kind of area here, Gemini. Like you're shining, okay? You're outshining people. And I don't know if you're necessarily trying to outshine people. I just feel like you naturally do. So if you work on any kind of group project or a collab with anybody, it's like you are the one that naturally stands out. Or you are the one that has naturally more talent or skill. Like you're far ahead. Like other people could learn something from you in this group here, okay? But I feel like people are noticing that. That's the thing. I feel like people are noticing that you have some kind of passion for something, or that you have a lot of talent, you have a lot of skill for something. And I feel like these people want to like offer you something. Look, Ten of Pentacles. Nice. Yeah. I feel like there's going to be like some kind of accolades or maybe a raise, a promotion. You know, they're like, well, I can't pay them the same as what I'm paying the other two. Look at their work. You know, you gotta pay them more here. So yeah, some of you guys just do really good work, whatever you do. Like people are very impressed with what you do. Because of that, they want to pay you more, or they want to hire you, or they want to work with you, or they want to offer you something. Or maybe they want to make sure that you stick around for the long run with that Ten of Pentacles, you know? Yeah. And maybe somebody who is on this team with you working over here, maybe they're the ones that was trying to talk crap about you over here. Because they know that their work or their talent or whatever just doesn't hold up, okay? So they got to create some kind of drama or some kind of, like, you know, bad taste in the boss's mouth for you, Gemini. So they're trying to, like, you know, Gemini was late a couple times last week, you know. Maybe we should talk to them about the importance of being on time. It really does hold everybody back in the office, right? There could have been something like that. And the boss might have been like, look, when Gemini comes in, though, they work twice as hard. They get 3 times as much done. They could literally come in at, you know, half the day gone and still do more work than everybody else around here. I don't know. There's something like that going on where you get somebody sticks up for you for sure at work, guys. For sure. You know, they're like, don't worry about Gemini coming in late. The way you've been working, you need to come in early. You know, I don't know. There's something like that. Somebody gets it handed back to them. Let me get me some coffee. Let me get Ma some coffee. What the hell is wrong with me? Okay, we're almost there, guys. We have, like, what, one more day for the retrograde? Of course, there's that pesky shadow period, but I'm not too concerned about that. Infamous last words. Okay. Ooh, hold on. Coffee went down the wrong pipe for a second. Okay, so yeah, I'm getting that energy, guys, okay? I feel like you're advancing or increasing at a very rapid rate with whatever it is that you do for your income or your passion projects or whatever. Like, everything's taking off. But the Wheel of Fortune, there's going to be some big changes that you're just not expecting, okay? And this is a blessing here. And it's all because of your hard work. You have put the work in. You have done just an amazing job, and it just shows, okay? It just shows. You could be led or asked to lead something or train somebody too, or train a team. Like, Gemini, help them get on your level. Show them how you do this, you know? How are you able to make these numbers, or how are you able to make these progress, or how are you able to build this or complete this or do this? Teach them. Make sure that you're getting paid to teach people, Gemini, because that's not your job description. I'm just saying. You know how people always try to get you to train people for free. Like, there needs to be something in it. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles. And then there's the Page of Cups. This Page of Cups is staying out. I just feel like a lot of good, like, feedback or good word of mouth or good praise, right? A lot of recognition is coming. Like, a lot of good communication. You're just going to be feeling really blessed and really, like, appreciated and loved, you know? We have the Page of Swords that came out, yeah. I feel like this could be catching people's attention, though. I feel like you have caught people's attention. Page of Swords is my spying energy, right? So there could be somebody who is possibly, like, they're keeping an eye on you. They're watching you. They're getting some information on you. Like, they're curious, you know, about who is this. I'm getting a very curious energy from this cat here. Like, who is that? You know? What's a dog far away? Okay. Dog far away for Gemini for their blessings. Maybe it's a blessing that a dog is far away. If you get what I'm saying here. Yeah, 7 of Swords. Maybe it's just like, you know, I never really did like the illustrations and how they did these dogs. Like, I don't know. They just look... Some of the illustrations in this deck is a little... You know, like, how is this a dark man? Right? Where's the melanin? Okay, this dark man got a melanin deficiency or something. Like, what? Anyways, I don't know. I'm not the artist of this deck. It doesn't make sense to me sometimes. Okay, dog far away. What is this talking about for the blessing here for Gemini gang? What is this? This dog, look. Right? The channel sponsor coming out. 2 of Cups, 9 of Cups. Yeah, there could be somebody who's longing for you, but maybe it's, you know, the blessing is that they're at a distance. Okay, I don't know. Or this could be somebody who wants to come in from a distance. You could have a secret admirer, Gemini, for some of you guys. Somebody who has a lot of feelings for you, but they just haven't expressed that. They're just sitting back watching you from afar instead, okay? Give me something for this dog far away, Spirit. What the blessing here? We have the 9 of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like somebody is noticing you. Like, I don't know, you've glown up to somebody here. You know, somebody's noticing how much progress you're making or how successful things are for you or how much recognition or your confidence has increased here. Maybe somebody knows that you like took a hit, you know, man down, okay? Like you took a hit and you were down for a second, but you're back up and you're swinging, you know? Yeah, there's definitely people who are noticing your work or noticing your independence, noticing how secure you are with yourself, okay? And that's a blessing. You know, somebody sees how much you do for your community or how much you do for maybe the world, okay, depending on how they know you. And somebody could just be like, wow, you know, I don't know. Somebody's like really impressed by you is what I'm getting here. It's a burden for this person to stay away, whoever this is. It is. 10 of Wands, you know? And I feel like every day that they stay away or something, it's like they get another wand added or something. So I don't know, guys. I don't know what that's about. But I do feel like there's something here where it's like it's a burden for somebody to stay away from you because they find you to be so attractive, so beautiful, so on top of your game here, okay? This person could be reflecting on communication. This person could want to come in. I feel like if they do, it's going to be kind of like a sporadic, you know, decision that maybe they're not even aware of. But there's definitely been an awakening or a deep reflection on you from somebody, guys. And this is a blessing. For whatever reason. Maybe it doesn't really necessarily impact you, but it could be something to where maybe it impacts this person. And that's a blessing because this person needed it, you know, for their own life or for their own healing here, their own journey. You know, sometimes we meet people or we come across people, we're in people's lives, and it's not necessarily about us. You know, sometimes it's about them. Heavy Scorpio energy, heavy Aquarius energy with the star. I've been wanting to say Leo this whole reading too because of the sun, so perhaps. But it just feels like, yeah, somebody's been having a lot of judgment or a lot of thoughts that have been swirling around about you, you know? And because of this, they've gained some kind of enlightenment here. Maybe they feel like you're a very healing energy, or maybe they feel like you've healed something in their life, like you're very healing for them. I feel like somebody's also recognizing that you have a very potent energy here. Like there's some kind of divinity on you that they don't understand. Maybe you have a very strong connection to spirit, and this person, like, they see it. They're like, no, they have a very strong connection to the other side, to spirit. I don't always understand it. I don't always understand the power of it. Sometimes it intimidates me. Sometimes it scares me because it can do damage, right? But I feel like for the most part, they see that you do something for good. Maybe somebody was thinking that you do something for bad. Like, guys, if you're spiritual, you already know the deal, man. It's so played out. It's so tired, okay? Where people assume that because you're spiritual, you're putting hexes or spells on them, or you're in some kind of weird heebie-jeebie, you know? Or maybe you are a witch and you say that like loud and proud, like, yeah, I'm a witch. So they're just assume like that you're making them feel the way that they're feeling, or they're, you know, it's like anything to take off of the fact that there's self-reflection and accountability that could be taking place, right? Like, because somebody might feel some type of way about you, Gemini, and they might be like, well, has Gemini made me feel this type of way? It's like, bruh, have you never self-reflected before? Like, you know what I mean? Have you never, like, thought maybe, you know, there's some things you could improve in your life? Or do you think that that's got to be, like, witchcraft or something? I don't know. I feel like somebody might have thought that, though. Like, maybe you use your powers or your gifts for not good things, but I feel like they're seeing that's not the case. Somebody might be taking accountability here, you know, when it comes to something, and they might be like, nah, I kind of did walk into that, or I kind of did set the circumstances up to end like that or be like that, you know? So, yeah, I feel like there's, like, deep self-reflection going on. Okay, well, why is this a blessing for Gemini? I see why it's a blessing for the other person, because growth is good, right? Growth and improvement is nice. But why is it a blessing, though, for Gemini gang? Unless you are this person. Okay? If you're this person, then that would make a lot of sense. We have the moon. Okay? Yeah, because I feel like they're being confronted with the illusions, or they're being confronted with the bullcrap. You know, with this moon energy here, we have like perception that can play a huge role. We have this little cat, and then it's looking down into this little pond of water, and it's seeing this big cat. Now, you could fight with this cat all day long and say, no, you're a small cat. You're a small cat. But when they look into this water, they're seeing a large cat. So that's their reality. That's their perception. So maybe somebody's seeing that maybe they were projecting a little bit, or what they were looking at, they weren't looking at it in the accurate way. Like it wasn't actually the reality. It was what was inside of them that was making them see something in a completely different way. So that self-reflection has come through. There's been like some kind of clarity that's come through. So it's good news for you, because maybe somebody's not thinking bad things about you anymore, or maybe somebody has seen that you're not the enemy, you're not the bad guy, you're not the problem or the fault or the blame of something, guys. Why is this burdening this person? Why is this burdening this person with the 10 wands? Look, the moon came back out. Because this feels like a mature person, guys. So if you're like, there is no way that Johnny or Rebecca or whoever has sat here and self-reflected, they're about as deep as a freaking puddle, okay? Then this might not be your part of the reading, because this feels like a very mature person that is extremely deep and does, like, you know, self-reflect and does process things and can look at themselves and can see when they're not always right. And so that's why this is a burden, because they're like, damn, I wasn't seeing something clearly, and now I am, and now this is a burden to me because I've maybe already made decisions or done things or whatever. Okay, Pisces, Cancer energy, strong, guys. We also have Taurus, so maybe, obviously, some of y'all cuss with Cancer. Obviously, some of you guys cuss with Taurus, okay? But you can have those placements in your chart somewhere. Or those signs, excuse me, in your chart somewhere significant. Okay, so I feel like that's the blessing. I mean, I do feel like there's communication that's wanting to come in, but I don't really want to look at that, guys. I feel like just let that, if it is going to come in, let it come in naturally. But it does feel like, yeah, there's been like somebody has had a realization about you because of maybe you just went on your way and they're like, damn, they're glowing up, they're doing good, they're, you know, maybe I was wrong, or maybe I wasn't like seeing things clearly. I don't know if it necessarily has anything to do with anybody being wrong. I mean, if that's how you want to look at it, somebody right, somebody wrong. I just feel like it was like the perception, you know, because if your lens, right, which is your perception, is cracked or it's dirty, you're going to have a distorted view. You're not going to see things in the correct way, but in your mind, you are seeing things in the correct way. So it's kind of like there's a perspective shift here. There's been enlightenment here, an awakening that's happened, and now somebody feels burdened because they maybe misjudged you or something, Gemini. All right. What is this angel for the blessings for Gemini gang? What is this angel? We have the Empress coming through. Nice, right? So there could definitely be a feminine energy from the other side that is guiding you. This could be a mother, a grandmother, a sister, a best friend, you know, even a child, like a daughter or something. But yeah, there's definitely somebody who's guiding you from the other side, and they're showing up in this Empress energy here. There could also be somebody who is in an Empress energy, like they are a divine feminine, and they have been wishing protection on you, Gemini. Like hoping that you're okay, praying for you, you know? This person, whoever this is, like they have the protection of spirit with that dog energy, okay? And they also have a lot of guides and ancestors, for sure. This is somebody who's like very creative or always pregnant with possibilities here with the Empress energy. Like this is somebody who is a light onto the world, very abundant, very unique, very different. Or this could be the energy that you're in, Gemini, and this is why you're being protected here. Like some of you guys are in this divine feminine energy and you're just being protected. You're being guided. Okay, your crops or your abundance or whatever you've built for yourself is being protected by the divine. Like divine rides with you. I already said that in a reading recently. Like spirit messes with you the long way, Gemini. Like it's got your back. Okay, for sure. Look at her long flowing hair. Good God. Maybe something's up with your hair. Like your hair just looking really good and majestic. Okay, like, you know, you could have strong Sagittarius or Leo in your chart. Because when I think of Sagittarius, I think of the horse. I think of the horse's mane, or then like Leo, the lion's mane. Some of y'all might just have like a nice head of hair. You know, it'd be blowing in the wind and stuff, looking like you came out of like a Pantene commercial or something. I don't know. Some of y'all got the glow up going on and you're just looking really good. Like I don't really ever say supple, but I'm getting that. Like you're a little fleshy, you're a little supple, you're a little thick, a little chunky. Okay? They're giving me that song from, what is that? Is that Madagascar, where that hippo? He's like, I like them big. I like them chunky, right? I don't know what that's talking about, Gemini, but somebody could be looking at you like, damn. I don't know, okay? Holy moly. That took a turn, guys. I'm sorry. But yeah, there's somebody who just is looking at you and they're just like, wow. But I feel like this is also, okay, let's get back on track here with the angel. Yeah, somebody could look at you like an earth angel, though. Like you are like one of their earth angels. Like you came through when they needed you, or you protected them, or like there was a time where this person might have been really vulnerable and you protected them, you know, in a very motherly and nurturing way too. And maybe they want to repay the favor up here. I don't know. That's for somebody. Is this cat pregnant? Yeah, I think that cat is pregnant too. I've never noticed that, guys. I've never noticed that. Maybe some of you guys are going to be pregnant, or you are pregnant, or there's going to be a protected birth or a protected child here. I just feel like pregnancy in divination talks about, like, you know, creation. And I feel like you are, you know, there's something here where you're just being protected or you're being guided, you know, with that creative energy. Yeah, you guys are being very much protected. Your mind is being protected. Maybe you're getting to relax a little bit too. And just chill, because there could have been a lot that you went through recently, especially in your mental space. And Spirit's like, nah, chill, relax, you know, like take care of yourself, put your feet up, I got all this. I don't know, I feel like Spirit's got your back though, for real. Okay, like Spirit loves you, and Spirit's like, nah, you're my empress, right? I don't know, guys, that's what I'm feeling. I feel like Spirit's like coming through, or this is a person that's thinking this way. But for a lot of you guys, it's literally the divine that's like, nah, you're my empress, right? Or my emperor, but it feels very feminine. Can I get just one really quickly for this dark man? Why did this person show up in this blessings reading? Four of Cups. Maybe this dark man's been put into a corner. Okay? Nobody puts baby in a corner, but this dark man's put in a corner. Just on some side stuff, and I'm really happy this didn't take over the majority of the reading, because sometimes that can get a little messy, guys. I know it's a part of life, but I'm just saying, I feel like there's somebody, a masculine energy, that is seeing that they missed an opportunity with you, Gemini, okay? For whatever reason, okay? And I don't really care. I'm not on here to poke fingers or what, poke fingers. I'm not on here to point fingers or even give a fuck, to be honest with you, okay? I'm just reading the cards. I feel like this person was in some low-vibing, shisty behavior. They were maybe being very avoidant or very secretive, or they weren't showing in their best face, right? They weren't putting their best foot forward. Maybe they were distracted. See how the ancestors distracted up there? Okay? But this person's feeling really frustrated now. So I don't know if that's necessarily a blessing, but for some of you guys, it might be a blessing. I just don't like people to suffer, y'all. So for when I see things like that, I'm like, that's not really a blessing. I don't want people to suffer. I want people to heal and move on. Life happens. It is what it is. That's my philosophy. Hakuna Matata. Okay? So it's like, I don't want people to suffer and stuff, but I feel like there could be something here where it's like, this person has been. They've been in deep reflection. I'm just being drawn to these hammers too. Like this person might be trying to find ways to fix it, or they've thought of every way that they can fix the situation. Some of you guys might not be like me though. You might be like, no, Jess, hell no. This person did, look, there we go. This person needs to suffer. They deserve to suffer for what they put me through, right? Some of you guys might feel like that. So this might be a blessing to find out that, yeah, somebody is in deep regret. I feel like somebody's watching you from a distance. And what are they watching you do? I feel like they're watching you live your life and be happy and be fulfilled. And maybe they feel like I could have been a part of that, but I chose other things, or I didn't want to accept the cup that Spirit was giving me, because that's what we see here on this card. We see somebody focused on other things, trying to make other things work. Maybe things that feel like they're more important, or they feel like they're more flashy, they're more impressive here, just with all the intricate designs on the cup. And then we look at this cup and it's just all kind of plain Jane. Maybe this person was like, that's not enough for me. That's not enough. Or I got to focus on this. I don't know, Gemini. It sounds harsh, and it is harsh, and it's hurtful because we've all been there. But it feels like somebody just didn't think you were good enough. Okay? Damn. I felt that in somebody's heart space. Like, but you are good enough. Fuck this person. I don't care who this person is. I'm here to tell you, Gemini, and Spirit's here to tell you, you are good enough. Okay? And I feel like this person's actually seeing that now anyways. So, but yeah. That's just so hurtful when people come through with that kind of energy. Like, you know, you're too plain. You're not enough. You don't do this. You don't have enough money. You don't have enough going for you. You're this, you're that. It's like, you know, I can't stand that kind of energy. So that's the good news when it comes to that person. They are getting their just desserts. All right, let's go ahead and get into some birds. Because there was slight bird bitch activity in this reading. The birds, please, for Gemini gang. Birds. What messages do we have here for Gemini? Advice and additional messages. Look, I didn't pull any angel numbers. I didn't pull any kind of animal card, and we're still at 50 minutes. That's called skill. That's called talent. Okay? We have the crane here. It says you will soon enter into a beneficial partnership. Luck and longevity bless this union. We did see a lot of partnerships. You know, we saw that with like working with people. We saw people who were defending you. We saw possibly somebody who wants to come in and communicate with you. Okay. We saw good news coming in, you know, communication coming in. So yeah, for some of you guys, you could be meeting somebody soon, and this person's going to be really beneficial to your life. And this connection is going to have a lot of longevity and luck that's surrounding it. For others of you, this could even be like a working situation where, yeah, somebody's going to come into your life and it's just going to, maybe you guys are going to create things together with the Oriole. Okay. A new creative venture is on the horizon. See it as a positive change. This always makes me think of Oreos too. I don't know why. But maybe some of you guys like Oreos or something. But I feel like whoever this is, like, yeah, you guys might have a passion project together. Or you might work on something together. This person could be really tall or really lanky or like really skinny. I don't know, Gemini. The Gemini I was picking up over here was kind of thick. Okay, just a little thick. Okay, so I don't know. Maybe this person's not. Maybe y'all are opposite or something in that way. Okay? But it does feel like there's something about that. But yeah, and you could be seeing cranes too. Like cranes could be a sign. So if you're seeing cranes, it's like almost like it's a sign that this is close to you, or this is near, or that this is your message. All right, let's see. Let's get some more out here. We have the blue jay. The time is right to access and master your abilities. Do so with humility and control. It's interesting too because a long time ago in my comments, somebody told me that this was also referred to as the bro jay because they're kind of combative and like they're very territorial. And it's interesting because we have a powerful friend that's protecting you. So some of you guys, yeah, somebody's like kind of protective over you, or they're a little territorial, or they're like, you know, if somebody talks crap about you or something, somebody says something about you, like maybe this is even Spirit's energy, like they'll turn into a bro jay. Okay. I don't know, that's for somebody, but yeah, I feel like Spirit is saying like the time is right to jump into your passion projects. We see over here you're extremely talented when it comes to something, Gemini. Like you're very talented. So express these gifts with humility and control. Like, you know, master these abilities here. We have the ostrich. The choice is clear for you now. Follow the wisdom and truth that you feel in your heart, you know? And so with the ostrich, of that saying of ostriches burying their head in the sand, you know, which we have debunked, guys. Okay? That's debunked. You can look it up. But anyways, I feel like there's something here where somebody doesn't want to do that anymore. You know, like they want to come forward, or they need to make a choice, or you need to make a choice. Maybe the choice is clear for you, Gemini. Either way, though, there's a lack of avoiding something or not seeing something anymore and following your heart and following the truth and wisdom that you feel. So it's almost giving the energy of Spirit saying like the choice is very clear. In fact, it's obvious. In fact, it's blinding, like the sun, right? Okay, what else do we have for Gemini gang? We have the raven. Somebody could have glasses here because I just looked on my, I don't know. I just noticed it. I looked on my coffee mug. You can't see it, but it says life is good. And this little dog with a flower, and he looks like he has glasses. I've never noticed that. Maybe you have glasses. Anyways, the Raven, the universe is calling you to notice important synchronicities. Yeah. So you're going to be getting a lot of signs, a lot of messages, and these things are going to be leading you. It's, again, that's going back with this ostrich here in the sun. Something is going to be clear, abundantly obvious. And so Spirit wants you to pay attention to the signs here. We have the Pelican. It says, choose to follow the path of forgiveness and raise your vibration. I feel like that's very strongly talking about this dark male over here. Dark masculine, I guess I should say. Guys, resentment and bitterness gets us nowhere, okay? And it doesn't do anything for the other person. So if somebody treated you like you were less than, or they just really didn't value you, or they hurt you really badly, it's like you holding on to that resentment or that bitterness is not hurting them. It's not teaching them a lesson. It's just lowering your vibration, and it's making it harder for you to have a fulfilling and happy life. Sometimes we have to let people be exactly where they're at, you know? And I feel like that's the situation here. Because I feel like some of you guys really feel slighted by somebody, or you feel like you weren't seen, or you weren't recognized, or you weren't good enough, or, you know, they prioritized other things, people, places, things over you, and made you feel like, nah, you can sit on the back burner and just, you know, sizzle for a second. I'll get to you when I have time. I'll get to you when I'm able, you know? And you might have just felt like some type of way about that, which is, you know, I get, you know, I really do. It's not fun when you care about somebody or you prioritize somebody and they don't prioritize you, and they make you wait for them, and like, I'll drop you up and pick you up when I feel like it type of energy. Yeah, it's not the greatest vibe, okay? So I feel like some of you guys are just really needing to forgive so you can raise your vibration and move on. Obviously, not everybody's sitting around here still resentful and bitter and all that. So if that's not your message, it's not. Let it hit for the person it needs to hit for, okay? Not every message is going to be yours in this reading. If you need to forgive yourself, Gemini, okay? Forgiveness is powerful. Forgiveness is something that, it's a blessing. It's powerful. It's magical, you know? And so, yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that. We have the white swan here. The power of divine grace is within you to glide away. Okay? The white swan is my card of rising above, you know? Choosing to not be the bigger person, but be a bigger person, right? Choosing to kind of have grace at all times, regardless of what the circumstances are. Regardless of what you're going through. What else do we have here for Gemini gang? We have the Condor. Hold the highest vision for your life. You now possess the ability to move past any hurdles, guys, okay? And then we have the Goose. Your dreams and desires are calling you to action. The journey begins today, okay? So Spirit's saying you can have whatever you like when it comes to your life. It's up to you, but you have to hold the highest vision for yourself, right? You can move past any hurdles that you might feel are in your way right now. It's up to you, okay? All right, guys, that has been your reading. I do hope that it helps, hope it resonates, hope it does something, and I'll definitely see y'all in the next one. Bye.